Okay, what we have here today is Ledger Backup Pack review. And additionally, what we will look at in a moment after the review is how to use the Ledger Live on desktop. Because if you don't have a previous Ledger device, this is something that you certainly might be interested in. But now, first, let's get to the review of the Ledger Backup Pack. Now, what do you use the Ledger devices for? Basically, these are hardware wallets, also known as cold storage wallets, which means that you can hold cryptocurrency safely with these even in the most malware infested computer in a hotel lobby. Now, why is that? It's because the private keys of your crypto are within the device, and they don't exit the device without you pressing a button. Let's open the boxes in a moment. But for example, the Nano S has the small buttons here, and the private keys don't exit the device without you pressing using the device manually and confirming the transactions. No one can take the crypto from you without you wanting it. And this is the Nano S, and this is the Nano X. This one doesn't have the box covers because, well, the box opens like this. You can still see the Ledger text, hopefully, in the box there. But what's the difference with these? How do I like the Ledger Backup Pack? Well, for starters, I used to have previously, and I actually still have, let's do it this way. I have also a third Ledger Nano S. It's this one. And let's get to that in a bit, why I have a third one. But that one I've used for a couple of years already. I think it's already almost 4 years, I think. So I have two of the Ledger Nano S devices and one Ledger Nano X. And what's the difference with these is that the Nano S requires you to plug it in to your device, usually a PC or a Mac, but you can use this with your mobile phone, with your smartphone as well, if you have an OTG cable. So one side goes to the device and the other one goes to the PC or to your mobile phone if you have such an adapter for it. And the biggest the biggest difference with the Ledger Nano S, which is this one, and the Ledger Nano X is that the Nano X actually has a battery and a Bluetooth connection. That's why I love this one more. Power off. I was supposed to turn it on like this. So whenever you turn on your Ledger, be it the Nano S or the Nano X, you're asked to enter your PIN code that you can determine yourself. In this way, the Ledger devices are kind of like a safe, a cold wallet. And it's called cold wallet because your assets are kind of in a deep freeze. You rarely use them, but the Bluetooth connected Ledger Nano X actually makes it easy to use, even so that it's still providing you with the safety of a cold wallet. This and this one are exactly as safe. And you can compare these with the Trezor, for example, and I think KeepKey is one of the other ones as well. But I like the Ledgers most because these are most compact. And for example, the Ledger Nano X, which is this one, can hold like up to 100 different cryptocurrencies in applications in this one. The Ledger Nano S can hold like 5, and the Nano X can hold up to 100. Now, even if you have like 10 different cryptos in the Nano S, like you can do it. You can have even 1000 cryptos in this one. It is just that when you want to use them, you need to remove the applications that you don't use currently, and then install the ones that you want to use. These are kind of a window to the blockchain, you can think of it. And how I am using these two, we can go to the PC usage in a moment, but how I'm using these two as a backup pair is that the Ledger Nano S, I mean the X, this one, the Ledger Nano X I always have with me whenever I leave my home. I always take this with me because I can use this easily with my mobile phone with a Bluetooth connection, as I've connected the device with my smartphone as a pair. And Ledger actually provides even you with a mobile application that it's totally safe. You can access the same funds that you have here in the device via mobile and via PC. Really damn easy with the Bluetooth connection. That's why I love the Ledger Nano X. So this is the convenient one that I'm using. Let's actually turn this on, I mean off. So this is the convenient one that I want to use when I leave my home, and simultaneously I leave the Nano S1 to my home into my safe, so that if this one gets lost or somebody robs it from me, I still can access my crypto. Now, of course, a good way to use your crypto or store them is that you actually remember your seed phrases, so you can recover your crypto, always write those down, always know your seed phrases. But if there would be such a case that this gets robbed and somebody actually knows my, like the code that we have in here when you turn it on, and let's assume that somebody actually has this code, then in that case I can fast go to my home and let's turn off. I can go to my home and access my Ledger Nano S and transfer my crypto safely from this device, because these two have the same crypto wallet in them. I can authorize transactions from the same wallet with both of these. It's just this requires me to have a PC or an OTG cable with a smartphone, and this is easier to use anywhere, anytime when I have a smartphone, or this can be used with a PC as well. But so basically how I use this is the way that kind of the name hints you, a backup pack. This is the one that I have always with me, and as a backup, if I can't access my Nano X, well, then I have the backup pack Ledger Nano S here. And that's damn awesome thing in my mind, because it's, at least for me, it has given me the I can sleep my nights better knowing that wherever I am, if this gets lost, and if I, for example, a brain fart happens basically, and I can't remember one of the words in my seed phrases, then I have also this one. If this gets lost and the brain fart takes place, then I can always rely on the backup pack and have the convenience of use with the Ledger Nano X, be it anywhere with my mobile phone or desktop or anywhere. And the Nano X one has the better capacity to install the crypto wallet applications, be it Cardano, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Chainlink, Monero. There's basically just unbelievable amount of the crypto wallets that you can install with one click. Let's look at that in a moment. But then enter the picture my third Ledger device, my former, like if I open the box, it's a bit a trickier one. If I open the box, you can see that, ta-da, there's no device inside it at all. And this one I've hidden away. It's in a safe place that only I know about, and the people, or actually one person in addition to me, but they don't even know how to use Ledger device. And even though if they would get the knowledge on how to use them, I would still have the secret pin code in the device itself. So basically I have a backup of a backup and the easy to access Ledger Nano X1. And this has brought me even more comfort in using crypto. And when I entered the crypto space, playing around with two different devices and familiarizing the transactions, it was, well, I liked it way better than just playing around with the Coinbase or Binance wallets, even though those work. But when you want to get to know how the transactions between different cold wallets work, how do you use them safely, you gotta use them to learn it. And I got way better and way more, actually it's not easy, I can't say better, but I got familiar with the process, and now I'm more comfortable using crypto with cold wallets, with hardware wallets such as the Ledger devices. Then should you get the backup pack yourself? Well, I'd say that only if you want to have a backup device, then that's a good idea. But if you're looking to get only one Ledger or one hardware wallet, I would definitely go with the Ledger Nano X1. And well, yeah, it's not that big of an investment to get the Nano S, because the backup pack is not that expensive when the discount is added to the Ledger Nano S. Ledger is actually encouraging you to get the backup pack, and well, I did it and I'm happy about it. But if you don't need the backup functionality, I would not buy it. And well, yeah, of course, if you want to kind of get a easier to use backup, you can get two of the Ledger Nano X devices, but trust me, the Nano S and the Nano X1 are more than enough. This is the one that you're usually going to be using and taking with you when you leave your home for a trip, for example. And as a small wrap up about these, in a moment we will look at the Ledger wallet, the Ledger Live that I have in my computer, but a small wrap up about these is that the Nano X1, it's easy to use with a mobile phone, and this has a battery. You see, if I try to turn on my Ledger Nano S, it can't be powered on because it requires a power supply that is your computer. So this one has battery. I think I've charged this like 3 times in a year, and now it has, well, yeah, you can maybe see there, about half of the battery is there at the moment. You don't use it that much, but it's good to know that the battery life lasts very well. And the other thing here is that when you get the backup pack, you have the one device that you can put in a secure location that only you can access, or you have a trusted member of your family, for example, who can store it for you. Then the Nano X1 has better capacity to install the applications that you need to use your cryptocurrencies. With the Ledger, those are like one-click installations. This can hold like 100 different applications, and this one, the Nano S, can hold like 4 or 5, if I remember correctly. And in short, this one, the Nano X, it's the convenient to use, and this is your backup device. That's how you can use your crypto anywhere with the Nano X1, and be comfortable with the idea that you can always access it with the Nano S if things go south and, well, for example, this gets lost or whatever. And I've added the third one to my arsenal because there might be a scenario, of course I don't wish this to be true, but let's say like this gets stolen and simultaneously my house burns down and the safe can't, like it melts down with the Nano S, and I have a brain fart with the seed phrases. Now there's obviously many different, like that's the absolute worst case scenario that could happen, but in that scenario I would still have the third one. I'm not tied to one location and one device because I have 3. So I'm just making sure that my assets are secured, and you can do yourself the same with the Ledger backup pack. And now what we will do, I will grab the microphone from here as well. What we will do is we'll take a dive on the Ledger Live, because you might want to know how these work, how to use your crypto with the Ledger devices. Okay, so you want to see how to use your Ledger in action. This is Ledger Live. It's the desktop application from Ledger that allows you to access your crypto from your PC. You can use this with Windows, with the Linux, or on a Mac. So let's do exactly that. So basically you just open your browser, go to ledger.com, open their website, and here you select the downloads. Here you see the Ledger Live, or if they have updated the page, you find it somewhere down below. But here you can click the download button. Here you select that you want it to your operating system, Windows, Mac, or Linux. Or if you want to download this for your mobile, click here or here to get it on Android or to your iPhone. These you can use with Ledger Nano X with Bluetooth, or if you have the Ledger Nano S and an OTG cable as an adapter. But let's close this for now. So you get the installation file from the Ledger website and then you just run it. Afterwards, you get the Ledger Live up and running and you configure it to your Ledger Nano X or S, whichever you chose to use. Basically, your wallet you set up here. You get your seed phrases and everything with just this device, and then you connect this with an USB cable. Then you simply configure your Ledger Nano S or Ledger Nano X with your Ledger Live. Everything is done in two devices, in the Ledger and in the Ledger Live. It's really easy step-by-step process and the program will guide you through it. Now, I'm not going to dive into that because I'm going to show you how we use the Ledger Live. Everyone can handle the installation and configuration of these two devices. It's really, really damn simple. You can trust me on that. But here on my PC, similar to the Ledger Nano X that I have on my table, I've set up myself a password. And I'm gonna type it in here and this is actually different password from which I have in the Ledger Nano X. Here we can use even letters, capital letters, numbers, all these together. So it's really, really secure on your PC when you make yourself a good password. So I'm gonna log in. This is what you do when you have configured your devices. And I hit enter. Here you can see the interface of Ledger Live. Now obviously the addresses and different assets here I have blurred out so they won't be shown to you for privacy reasons. So let's dive in and look at the interface in here. At first, as you can see, we have the text update ready to install, and I can install it just by clicking here. There are a couple different steps. I'm not going to do that now, but here you see that when you have updates to be installed, you see it here. Then the other important part is that we have here the text synchronized. It means that all of our wallets here that you see Bitcoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, Kik token, which is basically the Ethereum network, they are synchronized. So you are synchronized to the blockchain, which means that your crypto assets are up to date. You see their current status, current value, the current amount that you have in here. And one reason for example, why this might not be synchronized would be that you have not installed your update, or the blockchain is going through some update or another synchronization error. And interestingly, while you might have not synchronization on your PC, you might still have a synchronization working on your mobile phone. Now, I've only once had an issue with this, which basically fixed itself when I installed the update back then. So about 99% of the time you are totally synchronized, and if you are not, you can install the updates and you can even get some help from the Ledger
website. They have a support. You can open a support ticket, and they have really good customer support. If it's about their software, then they can certainly help you with synchronizing your wallets back in. But yeah, that's basically happened to me only once, and installing the update did the trick here. And then we have here the settings. Here you can, for example, decide the currency that you want to use in your Ledger Live to display how much your crypto is worth in your wanted currency. You can change the language that you have and change the lock password that I used at the beginning and the auto lock, all the like basic standard stuff. Or you can turn off the requirement for the lock if you have like totally private computer, but I would recommend you keep it as it is. You should use a password. Even though that we are now logged in, we still need to use the other password as well in our Ledger device to send or transfer crypto. Let's look at that in a bit. Here we have other settings as well that you can go through. This is maybe the most important one in the About section, the version of your Ledger. I'm at the moment out of date, and it's always good to be up to date, of course. So I'm gonna update mine in a bit. But this is something that the Ledger team, when you open up a support ticket on their website, this is what they ask you. They want to know the version of your Ledger Live so they can help you troubleshoot everything. That's actually everything about the settings. So let's dive back to the first page here. And this is the screen that you already saw. Here you see the general trend of your crypto assets, what they are worth, and the timeline. You can change it, of course, to match different time windows, 1 week, 1 month, 1 year. This is just to give you a general understanding, and as you can see, here are some certain parts. I think, is it this one maybe? Yeah, like this doesn't differentiate. Yeah, at this point I think I added more Ethereum to my holdings, and the view here doesn't differentiate the newly added crypto from the value the previous ones have gained. So this is the total amount of crypto that you have in euros or dollars or whichever currency you're using. Really straightforward. And when you scroll down, you can see all of your transactions below here. Easy stuff. Then here on the accounts, these are all the different accounts that you have in your device. And as you can see, I have 2 different Bitcoin accounts. Basically, this is because here are my the Bitcoin that I want to hold for a long time, and here are affiliate commissions. So this helps me. This makes it easier for me to differentiate between the earned crypto for taxation purposes and all. So you can have multiple different accounts within one Ledger device in one Ledger Live. And how do you get more of these accounts? Well, you can just click here, add account, and decide whichever you want to use. Here's a huge list of the different currencies that you can use. As you can see, there's no end to this stuff. Huge amounts. We're not even halfway done yet. So basically, almost anything that you want to store in your ledger, you can do it. You can store almost anything in here. And if you want to make sure at first if you can store something, go to the Ledger website and see from there. They have a good list of all the cryptos that you can store in this device. And now, when you want to set up one of these accounts, you actually need to go to the manager part here in the left side menu. And what do we do here? This is the place where we can install the different crypto wallets to our ledger. And as you can see, now we are not connected just yet. Basically anything that, whenever you want to use your ledger, you need to connect your device. You need to give the computer permission to either send crypto or get a receive address from a crypto or to install any applications to your device. And that's what I want to show you now at this moment. How do you do this? This is the process that you go through every time that you need to access your Ledger device. And how do we do that? Well, we first take our Ledger Live, Ledger, be it the Nano S or Nano X. Let's turn it this way. And now you can see that the Ledger is once again asking me for the password that I've put in here in the device. So it's not enough that we've logged in to the Ledger Live. So I'm gonna type the password in real quick. And as you can see, now we are logged in. And since we are trying to access the device, I hope the camera shows, yeah. Like the Ledger asks, do I want to allow the Ledger Manager to be used on my computer? So I'm granting the access to this device now for the Ledger Manager. And I use both of these buttons, this one, and I press allow. And now what happens in the screen is that we get access to the library of all the different applications in here. So as you can see, we have a huge list of everything. You already kind of saw all these, but from here you can install the application. So if you want to set up a Bitcoin wallet, you install that one. If you want to install Ethereum wallet and use Ethereum on your device, you install the Ethereum one. Bitcoin Cash, XRP, Cardano, Tezos, VeChain, Dash, Monero even, Litecoin, EOS, Stellar. We have like huge amounts of different cryptocurrencies that we can use with the Ledger devices. And now, since I have already installed some apps in this, I'm gonna try something new because I'm quite sure that at some point I want to buy some VeChain. So I'm gonna look at how we install this one. And by the way, if you want to find a certain crypto, just type it in here in the search application. Like if I put VeChain here, we find that okay, here's only the VeChain, and it's easy to install. So I click install, and the VeChain application is installing currently. And as you can see, the Ledger device itself is also processing it simultaneously. As you can see here, in our device we have the different applications, and the VeChain has now appeared here. So when we would like to use VeChain, we would open the application in here in the Ledger device, and then we can access it in the actual Ledger Live device, be it in your PC or in your mobile phone if you're using the Ledger one, like Ledger Live there. So I'm gonna put this off for a while. Then, how would we actually use our crypto in here? So you see that we also have the send and receive functions here in the left side menu. So let's go to the send. This opens up a new menu for us, and what we should do here, I'm actually going to demo this with the receive side because I'm not going to send now anything. But what takes place is first we select the recipient, then we decide how much we want to send. Then we get the summary of everything, and we need to confirm the transaction in our Ledger device. It's really similar to what we did with the VeChain installation just a moment ago. So we see a summary of everything in both the devices, in here in this screen, and in the Ledger device as well. Then we just confirm the transaction when we see that both of these informations match together. And here we just put here the Bitcoin address where we want to send our crypto to, or whichever other crypto asset we are trying to transfer. But let's look at this from the receive side now, because it's very much the same. So here we see that we have the account here that we want to use. From here you can open the other accounts that you have created. For example, when you create the VeChain account, you find it here as well. But now I've decided that I want to use this Bitcoin wallet. I click continue, and now what happens is that the Ledger Live asks me to open up the Bitcoin application in the Ledger device. This happens also when you want to use the send function in your device as well. So let's grab our device, and to use Bitcoin we need to open this application here. Make sure to use the right one, like this one here is Bitcoin Cash. It's not the real Bitcoin. So we go to the Bitcoin application, and once again press both of these buttons here, and everything starts to rock and roll. Ledger Live confirms that we have connected with the Bitcoin application and the device is connected. We click continue, and we want to verify our address. This is the address that Ledger Live gives us. And now we have the address here. If we want to send funds to this account, to this Bitcoin account, we just use this one. We can either copy it from here or click copy from here, and the address will be copied. Just be mindful that when you want to use this, when you want to either receive, like we're doing here, or send, what you will see at this moment in your Ledger device is the entire Bitcoin address. Let it focus there, like this, yeah. So you gotta see this address in your device and match it with the other one on your Ledger Live. And when it is okay, you just click with the right button here. You can manage the menus left and right. You go to the right one. If it is okay, you click now with both of these approve, and you're then ready to use the address. Or if it's not right, you might have a malware or something like screwing your computer, you click reject. So it's basically that simple. And it is the same process with the send function and receive function, and that's everything you can do with crypto, at least with Bitcoin. And that is how you use Ledger Live. I'm actually going to show you now how it would go with the approve. So I click approve, and now we can use the Bitcoin wallet in our computer. We can copy here and start using it. That's basically how you use Ledger Live. Really easy, really straightforward. Here is the day-to-day menu that you use, and if you need something more, like something bigger, something more in depth about the Ledger Live, you go to the settings here. And lastly, we have the buy crypto option here as well. Here you can use the crypto.com. You can go to their website and buy crypto from there, or go to the Swift blockchain, buy crypto from there, or we have the Shapeshift, like many different options straight in your Ledger wallet if you don't want to use Coinbase. These are something that we won't go through now. Coinbase is one good, reliable one, and Binance is as well. If you want to use any of these, just go to the website and everything should be easy. That's the Ledger Live walkthrough and review of the Ledger backup pack.
And that's that. Nothing magical about it, just simple technology that has been created easy to use for cryptocurrency owners like you and me. But now it is your time to decide what kind of a cryptocurrency safety solution you are going to be using. Here we have the different Ledger devices and the solution that I am using to secure my crypto. I used to have only one, and then I upgraded to having 3. The Ledger Nano X, really easy to use, convenient one to always keep with you, and another backup device that you can always have in the safety of a safe, or you can give it to someone else for storage. They can't use it because only you know the password to your device and they don't know what it is. So do you want to be using the Ledger backup pack, an individual device of Ledger Nano S, individual device of Ledger Nano X, or do you think a combination of all of these three would be sufficient for you? Tell me in the comment section which one of these suits you the best, and if you would like to buy one. I have affiliate links down below in the video description where you can buy these. And by using these links, you're supporting this channel and helping us grow and educate the crypto space and people on the devices and all the technology related to the cryptocurrencies. That helps with the adoption, it helps with the price, it helps with you keeping your own crypto in safe in your Ledger storage when you get these from the Ledger store. I wouldn't go through Amazon, never, 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 or through eBay, because if you buy these from a third party, not from the Ledger itself, you run the risk that the devices themselves have been modified, and just by saving like $20 or so, it would be really ridiculous to put your entire crypto assets, all your funds in danger for having a modified device. So go through the Ledger's own website. That's where you can safely buy your own selection of safety devices, be it 1, be it 2, or be it 3. With that being said, hit the subscribe button on the channel and give us a thumbs up or thumbs down depending on whether you like the video or not. This helps us to get the video in front of other people who are interested in the Ledger device selection. That being said, thanks for watching and staying until the end with me, and I hope you have a really, really good crypto run in the future.